President Trump loves tariffs. He slapped them on China, Mexico, even washing machines. Now he's at it again. This time it's a hefty 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports. The move has sent shockwaves through global markets and left many wondering, is this good for America or a recipe for disaster? Trump has long championed protectionist trade policies. He believes that by making foreign goods more expensive, American businesses and workers will benefit. But critics argue that tariffs are nothing more than a tax on consumers, driving up prices and hurting the very people they're supposed to help. This isn't the first time Trump has targeted steel and aluminum. In 2018, he imposed similar tariffs, sparking a trade war with China and drawing ire from allies like Canada. While those tariffs were eventually lifted or scaled back, the damage was done, highlighting the fragility of global trade relations. The new tariffs are a gamble. Trump is betting that they will revitalize American manufacturing and bring back jobs, but the risks are high. Retaliatory tariffs from other countries could harm American businesses and lead to higher prices for consumers. The Trump administration argues that the tariffs are necessary to protect national security and vital industries. They claim that a surge in cheap imports has undermined American steel and aluminum production, putting thousands of jobs at risk. By making foreign goods more expensive, they hope to level the playing field and make American products more competitive. Trump has repeatedly painted a picture of a declining American manufacturing sector ravaged by unfair trade practices. He points to closed factories and lost jobs as evidence that action is needed to protect American workers. The tariffs, he argues, are a necessary step to restore American manufacturing to its former glory. However, critics argue that the tariffs are a blunt instrument that will do more harm than good. They point out that the steel and aluminum industries are already highly protected, with existing tariffs and quotas in place. Furthermore, they argue that the tariffs will raise costs for American businesses that rely on imported steel and aluminum, potentially leading to job losses in other sectors. The tariffs have also been met with skepticism from some economists, who question their effectiveness in achieving their stated goals. They argue that while the tariffs may provide a short-term boost to domestic steel and aluminum producers, they will ultimately lead to higher prices for consumers and harm the overall economy. Canada, the largest supplier of both steel and aluminum to the United States, has been hit hard by the tariffs. The Canadian government has condemned the move, calling it unjustified and unacceptable. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has vowed to retaliate with tariffs on American goods, setting the stage for a potential trade war between the two close allies. The tariffs have put a strain on the historically strong economic relationship between Canada and the United States. Canada is a major trading partner for the United States, and the two countries are deeply integrated in terms of trade and investment. The tariffs threaten to disrupt supply chains and raise costs for businesses on both sides of the border. Canadian steel and aluminum producers have expressed alarm over the tariffs, warning that they could lead to job losses and plant closures. They argue that the tariffs are unfair and unnecessary, as Canadian steel and aluminum are not a threat to American national security. The Canadian government has pledged to support its steel and aluminum industries, but the long-term impact of the tariffs remains uncertain. The tariffs have also raised concerns about the future of the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. Trump has repeatedly threatened to withdraw from NAFTA, which he's called the worst trade deal ever made. The tariffs could further complicate negotiations over NAFTA, which are already facing significant challenges. The announcement of the tariffs sent shockwaves through global markets. The price of steel and aluminum surged, as did the value of the US dollar. Stock markets around the world tumbled, reflecting investor anxiety over the potential for a global trade war. The market reaction highlights the interconnectedness of the global economy. Tariffs, even those targeted at specific countries or industries, can have ripple effects that are felt far and wide. The uncertainty created by the tariffs could lead businesses to delay investment and hiring, further dampening economic growth. The tariffs have also drawn comparisons to protectionist policies implemented during the Great Depression. In the 1930s, countries around the world raised tariffs in a misguided attempt to protect their own economies. This only served to worsen the global economic downturn, leading to a prolonged period of economic stagnation. While the current situation is different in many ways, the historical parallels are a sobering reminder of the potential consequences of protectionism. The tariffs represent a dangerous gamble by the Trump administration, one that could have far-reaching and unintended consequences. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel.